Hi everyone, and good morning on this incredibly cold day in Melbourne. I think it's 11 degrees today, so winter has definitely us here. Now, I am sorry that I've come on a bit later today. I'm actually in a 4-day conference, an online conference, and right in the middle of a session, I thought I can't really leave the session. So I hope that you got my note that I would be here a little bit later. Today, I wanted to have a quick chat to you. One, I was actually meant to be in Fiji. So this conference that I'm on for the next 4 days, which started yesterday, was all meant to be in Fiji. We were meant to be sipping cocktails and having a fabulous time. And I would have been out of this incredibly dreary and cold weather in Melbourne if of course, that we had have been able to go away. But obviously in the new COVID-19 environment, we are not in Fiji. And so the online course, the conference has now gone online. So I'm just taking a break out of it at the moment to obviously commit to joining you this morning for today's Forever Home Live. So excited that the podcast has had such great feedback. It launched last week. I think we've now got 5 episodes that have dropped in there, and it's been so lovely getting everyone's feedback and how they're downloading it. They listen to it while they're gardening. So that has just been so lovely for me to get that feedback, and very humbling. And of course, I'm committed to releasing 2 episodes a week. So they'll generally drop midweek and the end of the week, with this also going up on the podcast as well as an audio recording. So that's really humbling, and it's just been so lovely. Had a really successful webinar on Tuesday as well in terms of decorating quick fixes. I think we had our biggest turn up on that, which was just fabulous. So I hope that people have now gone off and started looking at some of their bugbears in their home. I've had quite a lot of people ring me this week. It's been fabulous. People are sort of getting into the mode of, now I'm going to really make a difference to my home. And so I've spoken to quite a few people, and I always ask people, how did you find out about White Pebble? And, how did you go about, wanting to call us? And it was really, hi, Carolyn. It's lovely seeing people joining. So talking to people this week, I thought I just wanted to get on here this week and chat a little bit about getting the right fit for the people that are going to work with you, be that your interior designer, your architect, your landscaper, whoever it is. Make sure you've got the right fit. And one of the things that really resonated with me talking to the lady this week was that she was saying that a lot of designers were sort of trying to not giving a lot of flexibility in the service that they provided. And so, she wanted to sort out a room. There were a couple of other little bits and pieces that she wanted some advice on. And so it wasn't a whole room. It wasn't a couple of finishing touches. It was, a combination of lots of different things. And she said, I found that a lot of designers were not giving much flexibility in the services they were provided. So effectively they were, she either had to fit a square peg into a round hole, or she had to miss out on advice that she may have needed. And I said to her, it's good that you kept persisting in trying to get the right fit for you. And so there's the right fit in terms of the services that are going to be promoted, that you need. And so the services need to fit with what you actually require. So that's really important. But the fit in the personality really needs to work for you as well. So there's no point having someone that may have the aesthetic that you're really after. It's really important that you get the fit right in terms of how you relate to them, in terms of how you feel that they are understanding what your requirements are, that the fit's right in terms of how you feel they're going to be able to come back with solutions for you, also how you feel they're going to work with you. And that's always why I have really found an initial consultation really important. And whether it's with me or whoever it is, but it gives you really good insight into how that person operates, how professional they may be, how they speak with you, how they're providing and coming up with ideas and solutions, and just how they embark on that whole relationship with you. And if that fits with how you want to be in terms of how they the language that they use and how formal, how casual they may be with you. It doesn't really matter how they are. It just has to fit with the way you operate. Pardon me. Look, I'm falling apart at the moment. I've got the croaky voice. No, I don't have COVID, but I've got really bad hay fever. I've got dry eyes. So I just feel like I'm falling apart. So it's really important that the correlation and that relationship, like I was saying, it doesn't matter how that is, formal, casual, whatever it is, it just has to fit with how you need to work and how you feel that person relates to you. And so that is all about rapport and whether, you feel like you get along. Because if you don't get along and it's a bit prickly, you're never going to really make that work. You need to have that connection and that the way they relate really works for you. Now, I always say that I'm very upfront and honest. I say it like it is, a spade's a spade in my book. And I'm really open with people to say, look, I am going to say what I think needs to be said. I'm not going to sort of hide behind, whatever it is, so that you're not going to get my absolute honest advice and opinion about certain things. And that doesn't necessarily suit everyone. And if that's not what you're after, then you may need to find someone else. So I would much prefer to be upfront and honest, because that's my value set. And I'm not going to work outside my values, because I'm not going to be authentic and I'm not going to be real to those clients and to those people. And it works the same with my friendships and with everyone else that's around me. So, and sometimes I have to modify my directness and the way it's delivered, but I'm always going to be honest and I'm always going to give my honest view. I'm not going to skirt around that to please a client. So I'm really honest about that. And what I find the value is within an initial consultation is you're able to really then gauge how you relate to that person. You're able to, get a little bit more insight into, are you going to be able to work with that person? Are you going to be able to relate to that person? And if it's not quite sitting with you, then I would suggest that you maybe speak to, interview, or even have consultation with others, because it's really important that the people that are on your team, be it your interior designer or whoever it is, that you have a connection with them. And so not only on a personal relationship level, but all the other things I was talking about early. So I want you to make sure that you're not taking second best because you don't feel you can really find someone. And it was really lovely, and I really commended this lady that rang me this week to say, you've done your homework and you've really thought about what you need before you've called out, which is great, but that you've also really tried to find someone that connects with you and that the service they're providing is what you require. And I suppose for her, she really needed flexibility in the services that we provided, that she found someone that was going to provide flexible services for her. And that's one of the reasons she reached out to us. And that was great, because that's exactly what I want to be able to provide clients. So it was good getting that feedback from someone. And I delved a little bit more. She was really generous with her feedback as well on other things and how she found us. And I think that's really important. So I want you to not settle for second best. I want you to make sure that you're able to go out and find the right person from a services perspective, that they're able to give you what you need, but also that personality fit is there for you as well. And it's with everything in your life. It's not just building a house. It's service providing on any level, your accountant, other professional services. You need to have that personal connection. Otherwise, it's going to be really difficult to relate to those people, and for you to feel comfortable being able to sort of reveal things that you might need to reveal to them so that they can provide the best service that they can. So not just about interiors. I've gone off onto, all sorts of services, that you need. That connection's really important. So that's all I'm going to talk about today. It just really came up this week because we've had a lot of people ring us and how they're finding people. And so I just wanted to share that with you and why I think it's so important to find the right person on so many different levels that's going to work with you, and especially for your home, because they're coming into your private space, and your home is where you need to be most personal. And in terms of fitting with you so personally, it's not like a work area, which, yes, does need to fit you as well, but not quite to the same extent as what your home does. So be comfortable in your home, be comfortable in the people that are going to help you create this comfortable space for you as well. Okay, so for those of you in Melbourne, well, the weather is just really something quite spectacular. And maybe we will be able to get out, because my new routine is cycling with my kids a day. That's the end of my work day. I go out and ride my bike with them. And we go out, we explore, find all the teddies in the neighbourhood, because that's the big thing at the moment. And then when I come back inside, it's like my work day's finished. And I was actually just on the conference today, and it's talking about the third space and how that third space between work and home life is so important. So I hope that you can take that into your life at the moment too, because everything's just blurred at the moment. So have a great weekend, everyone. Tap into the podcast. It's available on Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, all the possible podcast platforms you're able to download it from. There'll be another one that drops today. There'll be another one that drops early next week. And enjoy and give me feedback. I just love it. Someone put some feedback on Instagram yesterday, and it was just great. So I'm really open to constructive feedback. And so if there's anything that you'd like to hear, or if there's anything that's not quite resonating with you on that podcast, let me know. Or even on this, I'm always open to improving things. And I will be here next week. It will be back at 10 o'clock, and I will be able to answer more questions next week. I'm sorry that I can't do that. I need to go back to the conference. Have a great one, everyone. Bye.